Before anybody else believes in your dream, you have to believe in yourself. When the whole world is against you, do you still believe in that dream? Are you prepared to go against all lies to get it? Are you? Welcome to the Comma Club.
Welcome back to the Comma Club. So today, what I want to talk about is actually something that actually is the most important part that most people won't even think about, and that is manifestation. So one of my favorite quotes is, "A man who thinks he can and a man who thinks he can't are both actually correct." How do you speak about yourself? One way to become an enemy of mine is to have a pessimistic attitude. But actually what it means is someone who basically speaks negative, thinks negative, they just have a negative way about them. And in business, that's never going to work because you're always going to come across some sort of shortfall or some sort of, something that comes in your way that you have to overcome. It happens every single day in my business. And if you're pessimistic, you're going to think, oh, why me? Oh, bad things happen to everybody. But it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you can get back up. How do you speak about yourself? Do you believe your cup is half full or do you believe your cup is half empty? And you have to understand that the tongue is one of the most powerful tools. I recently heard on something I was reading or a podcast, I can't remember, but I recently heard someone say that you use letters to spell. Right? You use letters to spell words. But if you think about it, if you watch like a show with witches or anything like that, what do? They cast spells. So if you're using your words to speak negatively about yourself, then you're actually sending a spell out to the universe that's going to affect you in a negative way. I know people who all my bills, and it's just crazy that what you worry about, you bring to yourself. So people are always worried about, oh, I got all these bills. However, if that's all you're worried about and you keep worrying about them and you speak like that, you're not going to do anything but get more bills. But if you speak positively about yourself, words work both ways. If you speak negative about yourself, if you have a pessimistic attitude about yourself, then that's what you're going to get. However, the good thing is if you're optimistic, have optimism. If you speak positively about yourself, even when times are down, then you're going to get that as well. So it's all about how you think about yourself. No matter what's going on, I've been in situations where you can see on my YouTube, I've been in situations where I really didn't know how I was going to get out of it. However, I always spoke positive about myself. And I always got out of those situations. And I'm going to be quite honest with you because I want to help you. And I have a lot of kids who watch this show. I have a lot of younger followers. I actually just have a strong dislike. I'm not going to say hate, but I have a strong dislike for people who are negative. If you are negative, you will never be around me. If it's people that stuff goes on, and I'm a solution-oriented person. So if something is happening, you could talk to me about it, but I'm instantly going to be thinking of solutions. I'm instantly going to be thinking of ways where we can turn this ship around. And if I see that you're not open to that and you just want to harp on the problem, we can't be around each other. We'll never do business with each other. We can't even be friends. I don't want to be friends with people like that because while you're crying, while you're harping on yourself, while you're being pessimistic, I'm trying to come up with a solution. So if it's your problem and you call me and you want to harp on the bad, it's plenty of people to call for that. I'm not the one for that. And I'm very serious about that. I guard the energy that's around me. I only want positive people around me because things happen to everybody. They don't just happen to good people. Bad things come. But like I said before, it's not how many times you get knocked down, it's how many times you get back up. You hear it from basketball players all the time. Shooters keep shooting. You may have missed the last 10 shots, but you'll mess around and hit the game winner unless you have a bad attitude. So if you're one of those people that believe everything will go wrong, then it will. But if you're one of those people who think, okay, things are gonna go my way, I always think things are gonna go my way. As a former basketball player, I don't care how many shots I missed, the next one was going in. That's just how I am. That's just how I am by nature. But I've also given myself many examples, and I've proved to myself many times that no matter what's happening, I'm gonna come out of the situation and I'm gonna come out on top, no matter what. So I've even had to cut my friends down. I've cut my friends down because everybody doesn't think like me. I realized that I was different. I realized that I can do things. I have a confidence about myself that this is gonna work. Even with this Comma Club, even on this very show, I've asked people to come. I was supposed to have an entire crew. Didn't happen, but the show must go on. I'm gonna find a way to get the job done because that's just what I believe in myself. So if you don't believe in yourself, you've already lost the game. So what does that have to do with business? And you're gonna have things, you know, I have drivers that don't show to the truck. They cry about their bills. They cry about not having enough money. I give them a great opportunity and they run. They don't show up to drive the truck. And we pay them a very good salary. I still drive the truck. However, it's all about how you think about it. So if you're one of those people who things happen and you cower and you run, maybe business is not for you. But if you're one of those people who say, okay, I know things might not be good today, but tomorrow is a new day, business may be for you. And then the next step to that is not only how you talk to yourself, but it's the action that you put forth. You have to put forth positive action to go behind the positive thought. So I can't say that I want to make $1 million, or I can't say that I want to be a successful entrepreneur, but then every day I go home and I watch video games, or I'm more concerned with what Tom Brady is doing, or I'm more concerned with what the Lakers are doing and what's going on around me. I block everything out. You know, so I know that what I want to do, I know what I want to do. My focus is clear. When I'm done and I get out the truck, I go home and I focus on the next step. I'm always thinking of the next step. I'm always watching videos on how I can get better at whatever it is I'm trying to do. I'm always looking to take a new class to maybe enhance what I'm doing. So you can't just talk a big game. You actually have to do what is congruent. You actually have to do what you're saying, because words without action is nothing. And the only way that you can show the world that you're knowledgeable is the application of the knowledge. If you can have all the knowledge in the world, but if it doesn't come out in your actions, nobody will ever know. You'll just be one of those people who say, oh, I know how to do this, but if I'm the type of person where you can tell me it, you could tell me something, but I'm instantly gonna look and see if your actions follow what you just told me. You know, even somebody who fell on bad times can tell you how to avoid those pitfalls. But for the majority, what I'm saying is, if you're coming to me and you're telling me how to be a successful person, but you've never actually done the work to become successful, how can you tell me anything? I won't believe you. We can't talk unless you do something. So words without action is just talk, and that's not what the Comma Club is about. Do something. So my final point is, not only do you have to talk positive about yourself, but you also have to act positive about yourself. Go do something, because when the bad things happen, that's what gives you your confidence. Your belief in yourself and how you talk to yourself has to be stronger than the doubt that's gonna come. You have haters out there. People gonna throw their doubts on you because it's something that they couldn't do. I didn't care, I didn't listen. Driving a truck is dangerous, but that's why we get paid good. Because I get paid not to drive a truck, but to be responsible. Because it is a heavy responsibility. But I know and I'm willing to take that chance. If you're not willing to take a chance, then you're just gonna play it safe. You're what we call conservative, and you're just gonna live a regular life, and that's fine. But here at the Comma Club, what we're trying to do is get to that next level. So you have to have that confidence in yourself. You have to speak positive about yourself, and you have to back that up with action so that you can get to the next level. And once you get to that next level, you can bring other people with you. But if you are pessimistic and nobody wants to be around somebody like that, and shame on you, to be honest. But if that's the way you want to live your life, that's fine. However, if you want to make money, come with me. If you want the life you have, remain the same. Thank you for tuning in to the Comma Club.